Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us. Today, we're going to be looking at the color of the year.
Ooh, exciting.
It is. It's something that we've all heard of, but maybe we don't really know like what goes into picking this color that somehow captures the feeling of an entire year.
Yeah, how do they choose it?
Right. So we're going to be checking out a few different sources today to get to the bottom of this.
Right.
We have Pantone's official announcement for 2025, of course.
Of course.
We've also got some background from Wikipedia on Pantone themselves and even some design resources from Wix Studio.
Well, that's cool. I mean, to think that a single color can represent a whole year.
It is pretty wild.
Yeah.
So to understand this year's color, I think we kind of have to start with like Pantone themselves. They're kind of like the color authority.
Right, they are.
How do they get to be the people who decide these things?
Well, Pantone basically created a universal language for color. Like, if you think about it, before the Pantone matching system, describing a specific shade was, like, subjective.
Right.
It was inconsistent.
Yeah.
Imagine the chaos in, like, design and manufacturing.
Just try to match like a logo across different materials.
Yeah.
Coordinating a fashion line.
A nightmare.
Total nightmare.
Right. So Pantone came in and standardized it all with their system. They have over 2,000 numbered colors.
Oh.
But that means that, like, PMS 130 is the same shade of blue, whether you're in Paris or Beijing.
Wow.
It brought order to the world of color.
Okay, so we've got this super meticulous system. Like, that's the foundation for their, color of the year thing.
Yeah.
How did that even get started?
So since 2000, Pantone's been choosing a color that reflects the global mood and trends for, like, the coming year.
Huh.
It's a carefully considered process.
I bet.
Representatives from different countries actually meet to debate and analyze cultural shifts, artistic trends, and even global events.
Wow. It must be a pretty intense process, not just picking a pretty color.
No.
You're trying to capture the zeitgeist.
Exactly. Like, consider 2011, it was a time of a lot of global stress. They chose honeysuckle.
Oh, cool.
Which is a vibrant pink.
Yeah.
And they did that to offer, like, a sense of uplift.
Oh.
Then in 2020, amidst all that uncertainty, they went with classic blue.
Which feels very 2020.
Right. Stable, reassuring.
Yeah.
So the colors really do try to encapsulate those years.
Yeah, they really do. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they've even chosen two colors sometimes.
Yes, they have. In 2016, they chose rose quartz and serenity. It was a pink and a blue.
Okay.
And it reflected a yearning for peace and harmony.
That makes sense.
And then again in 2021, ultimate gray and illuminating, representing resilience and hope during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So,
their choices have really resonated with people a lot of the time.
Yeah.
They've tapped into these shared feelings.
Yeah.
It shows you how a color can have, like, real cultural significance.
It really does. It speaks to the power of color.
Yeah.
To connect with us on an emotional level. Like, it's more than just aesthetics.
Right.
It's about how we perceive and interact with the world.
So that brings us to this year's selection. Are you ready to unveil the color of the year for 2025?
I am. Pantone has chosen Pantone 171230, also known as Mocha Mousse.
Mocha Mousse? Even the name evokes a feeling.
It does.
What is it about this color that, like, speaks to 2025?
Well, it's a warm, earthy brown. Imagine, like, rich chocolate, strong coffee, comforting leather.
Huh?
It's inviting, grounding. And it speaks to our desire for genuine connection and, like, authentic experiences.
It feels like a response to, like, the digital overwhelm that we're all experiencing.
It could be.
This desire for something real.
Right.
Something tangible.
Pantone actually describes Mocha Mousse as grounding and soothing, evoking comfort and timeless elegance. It represents a shift towards simplicity, a return to nature.
Like a retreat from the constant stimulation of technology.
Yeah.
Seeking solace in, like, the natural world. I'm already starting to see the story that this color is trying to tell.
Absolutely. And this is just the beginning. Yeah. We're going to delve deeper into the implications of Mocha Mousse and how this color might manifest across various industries. This is more than just a trend. It's a reflection of our deeper desires and needs.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. This deep dive is already proving to be so fascinating.
Yeah.
This exploration into color's power and influence.
It is fascinating.
We'll continue our exploration, but first, we're back, and we are ready to dive deeper into Mocha Mousse Pantone's Color of the Year for 2025. I mean, it really does feel like this color's whispering a story,
Yeah,
you know,
that is.
about our need for simplicity and authenticity.
Yeah, it's so fascinating how this color speaks to like a movement away from the purely digital,
Yeah.
like think about the rise of slow living,
Uh-huh.
that focus on mindfulness, well-being.
Yeah.
Mocha Mousse just like embodies that whole shift toward a more like grounded existence.
It's like we're trying to like counterbalance the constant digital buzz.
Yeah.
Mocha Mousse with it like earthy tones.
Yeah.
It reminds us of nature, of things that grow slowly and steadily.
That's such a great point. It encourages us to like slow down, appreciate the simple things, and this desire for like authenticity. It extends beyond our personal lives too,
Totally.
We see it in design trends, consumer choices.
Absolutely. People are craving products and experiences that feel real handcrafted, like there's a story behind them.
Right.
It's a rejection of like the mass-produced,
Yes.
the artificial.
And Mocha Mousse fits perfectly into that whole aesthetic.
He does.
Think about natural materials like wood, leather, linen.
Right.
They all have that inherent warmth and richness that aligns with this color.
Yeah, you mentioned warmth, and I was thinking about that too. Like brown hues are often associated with comfort, security, a sense of belonging.
Exactly. Like picture a cozy cabin in the woods, a well-worn leather armchair, a steaming cup of hot chocolate.
I love it.
It all evokes a sense of comfort and grounding.
Yeah.
And it all ties back to that color palette of Mocha Mousse.
It's like a color that feels both timeless and timely. Timeless because it connects us to the natural world,
Yeah.
Which has always been a source of comfort
Yeah.
and inspiration. But then it's timely because it speaks to our current need to disconnect from the digital and reconnect with ourselves and the physical world.
Precisely. And I think this is why Pantone doesn't just announce the color of the year.
Yeah.
They like actively promote it. They work with brands to bring it to life in different ways.
It's like they're trying to spark a conversation
Right.
to encourage us to think about how this color reflects our lives and our values.
Exactly. They want us to engage with it, see how it can be applied in different contexts.
Right.
Take, for example, their collaboration with Wix Studio.
Okay.
They've created a whole capsule collection showcasing how to use Mocha Mousse in web design.
Oh, wow. It's amazing to see how designers are interpreting and applying this color. And it's not just limited to websites either.
No, it's not.
We're seeing it in fashion, interior design, even technology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fashion, Mocha Mousse pairs beautifully with natural fibers and earthy tones,
Oh, yeah.
creating a look that's both stylish and down to earth.
I can see it now, like flowing linen dresses, chunky knit sweaters, leather accessories, all in those warm, earthy tones.
Exactly. And in interior design, Mocha Mousse can create a space that feels both calming and inviting.
Okay.
So imagine warm, textured walls paired with natural wood furniture.
Oh, wait.
Plants, touches of copper or brass.
It sounds like the perfect antidote to that cold, sterile aesthetic that's been so popular,
Totally.
in recent years. Like a return to warmth, comfort, personalization.
Yes, and that personalization aspect is really important.
Yeah.
Mocha Mousse is a color that can be layered, textured, combined with the other elements to create a truly unique and individual look.
Yeah.
It's not about dictating a style. It's about offering like a foundation, a starting point for creative expression.
I'm realizing that Mocha Mousse isn't just like a trendy color. It's like a design philosophy,
I like that.
a way of approaching design that prioritizes authenticity, sustainability, and well-being.
That is a great way to put it. It's about creating spaces and experiences that nourish the soul.
Yeah. That connect us to the natural world and that reflect our true selves.
This is a really powerful message, and it resonates so deeply in our current culture. We're at a crossroads, right?
We are.
We're reevaluating our relationship with technology, with consumerism, with the planet.
And Mocha Mousse, with its grounding energy and connection to nature,
Yeah.
it offers a path forward, a way to create a more balanced, mindful, and authentic way of life.
This has been such an insightful exploration into the cultural significance of color.
It has.
But there's still more to uncover. When we return, we'll wrap up our deep dive into Mocha Mousse, explore what this color choice might tell us about the year ahead and beyond. We're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into Mocha Mousse. We've explored its origins, its meaning, how it's showing up in design. It really is more than just a color.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've talked about how Mocha Mousse reflects that desire for simplicity, authenticity, but I think it goes even deeper than that.
Oh.
I think this color choice speaks to a fundamental shift in, like, our values.
Oh, wow. What kind of shift? Well, we're moving away from a culture that prioritizes, speed, efficiency, constant growth.
Yeah.
We're starting to value slowing down,
Uh-huh.
connecting with nature,
Yeah.
finding meaning in like the everyday.
It's like we're realizing that true progress isn't always about pushing forward at, 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Right.
Sometimes it's about pausing, reflecting, reconnecting with what truly matters.
Exactly. And Mocha Mousse embodies that. It's a color that encourages us to appreciate the beauty of like imperfection,
Okay.
the richness of natural textures, the comfort of simple pleasures.
It's a reminder that true beauty isn't always like flashy,
Yeah.
attention grabbing.
It can be quiet, subtle, deeply grounding.
And the shift in values extends beyond just like our personal lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
We see it in the growing awareness of sustainability, the focus on ethical consumption, the desire for products that are made to last.
Yeah, it's about quality over quantity, experiences over
Yeah.
possessions.
Yeah. Precisely.
Right.
And that's why I think Mocha Mousse is such a powerful choice for color of the year. It speaks to our deepest needs and aspirations. It reflects our desire for a more balanced, mindful, sustainable way of life.
So as we look ahead to 2025 and beyond, what do you think this color choice tells us about the future?
I think it signals a move toward a more human-centered approach
Okay.
to design, to business, to life in general. It suggests that we're starting to prioritize well-being, connection, a deeper understanding of our place in the world.
It's a hopeful message. It suggests that we're moving towards a future where we're more connected to ourselves, to each other,
Yeah.
and to the natural world.
Exactly. And while, color trends may come and go,
Yeah.
the values that Mocha Mousse represents are likely to have a lasting impact
Yeah.
on our culture. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound changes start with a simple shift in perspective, a new way of seeing the world.
This deep dive has been a fascinating exploration of color and its power to reflect and influence our lives.
It has been. It's been great exploring this with you.
And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive into Mocha Mousse has given you a new appreciation for the stories that colors can tell. We encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, keep an eye out for this intriguing hue in the world around you. And that's a wrap on another deep dive. We'll be back next week with a new topic and a fresh stack of sources. Until then, happy exploring.